Pet, it's great to have you here. Happy Monday. It is so nice to see you guys here. Look at everybody jumping on already. Fantastic to have you guys all joining me for another Monday night. A couple things to go through, and then we will get into tonight, which is about a soul pet's journey and all of our beautiful soul pets who are on their own journey. And we're going to frame this around my beautiful niece's dog, Skyla, who crossed last Sunday. And it just every time that I experience this, they teach me something new, and Skyla is no exception. But first, let's say hello to everybody. First, thank you guys so much for bearing with me last week. I was knocked flat on my back with this stomach bug going around. And yeah, there was absolutely no way. I thought that I might have been able to tough it out, but oh no, there was absolutely no way that I could do last week. So thank you guys for covering for me. Thank you for everybody who posted their suggestions of videos that others could watch. I truly appreciate it. You guys are amazing. So let's get started, and we'll begin always with our little introduction for all of my channel members and for all of my consistent viewers. Just bear with us for a couple of minutes while I just say hello to everybody who may be new to the channel. Plus, we have a lot of people who don't feel comfortable chatting, and I just want to let you know that you are so welcome here. Everybody is welcome here, and if there's something that you ever wanted to chat about, all you have to do is look at the comments and see that we are a very supportive community. So many beautiful souls and beautiful people, all of us having gone through pet loss at one time or another, all of us still working on our beautiful relationship with our soul pets on the other side of life. And we are here to virtually hold you, support you, and let you know that wherever you happen to be on your journey with grief after the passing of your soul pet, that you are not alone. You have got a family here. You've got a community and people here, and these amazing people. I love you guys so much. I'll be saying hello to you in just a minute. But if you are new to the channel, my name is Elaine. I'm an animal Reiki master, an animal chaplain, animal guide, if you want to call it that. I hate the word medium, but being able to connect with our beautiful soul pets on the other side of life. And this channel is dedicated to all of you who have been through pet loss. It began with my own Lucy, who crossed in 2020. And on the day that she crossed and the way that she crossed into my heart, and the dream that she came to me that night is what prompted this channel. And yes, we hit 12,000 subscribers. Like my mind is blown. I never in my wildest dreams thought that we'd get to this point. I mean, I remember when I had zero and then I had one. I think it was my mom. Anywho, thank you guys so much for all your support. It means the world to me. And more importantly, it shows that we're reaching more and more people who are often quietly suffering through the loss of an animal companion, to know that there's a group of people here, that there's a community that they can join and be part of. So thank you so much for that, guys. This is a live stream if you're watching this for the first time. So a live stream means that it is not scripted. I do always do a little bit of automatic writing and meditation before the live stream begins. I have an idea of what I want to talk about, especially tonight with the passing of my beautiful niece's dog, Skyla. But this is a conversation, and sometimes it goes down different rabbit holes. And I always love to say hello to all of my channel members, and hello to all of my everybody who's watching and viewing and in the chat right now. And then we get to the topic. So just bear with us, because this is a conversation, and this is not just a place where it's not just like educational, and it's not just me speaking at you about something or another. Although I share a lot of what our animal companions have shared with me, it's as much as it can be, it's interactive, even though it's only my voice. As much as it can be, it's all of us engaging together in this conversation of messages of hope and love and support. All right, so I think that about covers that. Oh yeah, as Kali usually reminds me, please like, subscribe, and share, especially if you know anyone who has been through the loss of an animal companion and might benefit from a community of people like this. All right, let's see. We've got some great questions already. As always, Pat has kicked things off. I don't see Charlie here yet. Usually Charlie's at the top of the line. But let's say hello to everybody first. So greetings to Pat and to Vanessa. Hello, hello. Sherry, Kali. Who else have I got here? Sharon, hello. Kathy H, great to see you. Keep on scrolling down here. I love to say it to welcome all my channel members first, because you guys are you're the heart and soul of everything that we do here. And so far that looks to be, have I missed anybody? Z, how you doing? Great to see you. And I'll just scroll down one more little bit. All right, so we will just say hello as other people join in. But where's the rest of the gang here? Let's see, who have we got? I saw a couple other names. Sarah, hello, hello, welcome. And Alana, it is great to see you here too. Yes, I am finally feeling better. It's having a toddler in the family again. These things are going to happen. I can't remember the last time. Well, 2 years in a row now, but she's two. 2 years in a row, the whole family's gotten the stomach bug. So I'm making the correlation there. And let's see, Nico, did I scroll too fast? There you go. Oh, there, Charlie. Oh, you changed your name. Okay, then I will know this now. All right, I got it. I will, well, until next week when I forget and you can remind me again. So it is great to see you, Charlie. And I think I already said hello to Alana. Kali, thank you. Yeah, I did, as I would start to come back to life, realize that perhaps I should start doing something with my hair. So I did. And let's see, what else we got? Charlie is here. Yes, yes, I gotcha. I gotcha. All right. I think we're good for now. So that was a nice hello to everybody. Let's see what kind of questions we have first. And then, as always, as questions come up, I try to follow along with the chat. Sometimes it moves too fast for me and I miss things. A couple of you guys are really good at like screaming my name in the chat, Elaine, Elaine. But I try to follow, I will try to follow the chat. But we've got some questions first. Pat says, congratulations. Thank you, Pat. Thank you very much. When we lose a pet, we only focus on the journey they had with us. We forget about their own journey. What do they want to accomplish on their journey apart from us? I don't know that I have a full answer to that, Pat, but you're absolutely right. I think that we are not taught to recognize them as individuals. That we are, I'm just thinking back to when I was a little girl and the family dog was the family dog. And for those of you who have cats, it's the cat, right? You have the cat, you got the dog, you got the bird. When we were little, we went through hamsters, we went through turtles, we went through fish. They were just pets. That's how I'm going to phrase this. We were not taught to recognize that they were individual living creatures with souls who had a journey of their own. And now that is what all of our beautiful animal companions have shown me. The depth of their soul and the fact that they are on their own journey, a complete journey. What are they? What is that journey? What is that path beyond their life with us? I am, I think it's going to be different for every single animal. And we can ask every single animal, and they will share with us if they choose to, they may share with us what their journey is. But I don't know the specific, like, I can't tell you what every single animal's path is. I can tell you the experience from my own animals. So Lucy, who crossed. Lucy, when she came to me in the dream the night that she crossed, it was August of 2020. When she came to me in the dream, she came to me as a blue-eyed wolf. She was absolutely beautiful, and I saw that she had stepped into her higher self. So she didn't just look like Lucy anymore. She looked like powerful, awesome wolf Lucy. It was something completely unexpected, but I knew that it was her, so much so that I had her tattooed on my arm. I knew that it was her, and the sense that I got from her, the knowing that I got from her, was that that was the next leg of her journey. The next leg of her journey was to step into a role of spiritual power and spiritual teacher, and that she was going to help guide me and show me things to help others not just through grief, but help others awaken to the understanding that animals are individuals, unique, with preferences and souls and an agency, and I'll talk about the word agency again in just a minute. She stepped into her power. So that was her particular role. I think when we talk about like Droopy, when we talk about Logan, that you may just want to sit down in a quiet space of meditation, just a quiet meditative space. Not you don't have to you don't have to sit in, lotus position. Just quietly close your mind, open your mind. Quietly close your mind. Quietly open your mind and ask, and they'll tell you what the next leg of their journey is. Our pets have mastered unconditional love 100%. That's one of the things that they always come to teach us is unconditional love, even after they pass to the other side out of their physical body. I think that is something, a piece of unconditional love that most recently came to me, that unconditional love means loving them just as they are. And that means even if they're in the non-physical. We feel that we know what's best for our pet and that they are the ones who know what is best for them when they're the ones who know. Um, Absolutely, pet. We we make all the decisions for them. We tell them when to eat, what to eat. We make their reproductive decisions for them. We tell them when they're going to go outside and potty. We tell them when it's time for bed. We tell them when it's time to go to the vet. We do everything. We make all the decisions for them, frequently ignoring their agency and their choice. And I think that they are here to help us work through that. I say it without judgment because I have been there myself. I've many times shared my old life with Jack and Lucy before I realized all of these things. They are here to help guide us to unconditional love, and also they are guiding us in how to recognize that all living things are sentient beings, that all living things have choices and souls, and yeah, it's just it's part of the lesson that we're learning, Pat. And so I completely agree because I think that you were just kind of restating that. We absolutely try, but for some reason we think we know best. I think it's part of the human condition, and we're kind of relearning that. Pat says, "Are you from the Philadelphia area?" Originally, yes. I was born in Virginia, so I consider myself sometimes to be a Southern belle, even though not even close. All right, let's see. I said hello to Vanessa. Here's a question from Sherry. Is there a way to know that they're almost done with a journey if it lasts more than one physical life? Let me read that again because I'm not 100% sure what that means. Is there a way to know they're almost done with a journey if it lasts more than one physical life? I think what you're asking, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think what you're asking is if they are on a journey that is more than one time in the physical, how do we know when that journey is up? I don't know that we can know that. They may find a way to let us know. When I talk about Skyla in just a few minutes, it was so, it was a relief. I'll come up with the word. When she did let her family know, she absolutely let her family know without needing to say a word. She let them know exactly that the time had come. So how would they let us know if it lasts more than one physical life? I'm not 100% sure the answer to that question, Sherry, so I'm just going to be honest about that. If it lasts more than one life, what's their next leg of their journey? I think the same question could be asked of us. I mean, if we have, some of us feel that we've been around the sun more than one time, and others of us feel that we wouldn't ever want to come back again. I know there's a lot of people who feel that way. Like, no, I had somebody reach out and say, I would never ask my pet to reincarnate. Why would I want to bring her back to this mess? And that's part of your own personal journey too. So I guess we could ask the same question of ourselves. Do we even know what our next step of the journey is? I think I know what I want the next step of my journey to be, but I won't know until it's my turn to be on the other side. So I probably didn't answer that question at all, Shari. Sorry. Yeah, it is a great question, but let me know. I'll scroll down the comments and see if there was any more follow up to that. Donna, did I miss saying hello to Donna? Doot, 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 doot. I don't. Okay, I just see somebody who said, Donna, I think the orbs. Where did I miss something about orbs? All right, Donna, sometimes these posts disappear, and I've no expat, you know that more than anybody just about. Um, so clearly a post has gone away, but Sharon is also really good about the orbs. Um, so I don't know wait, did I miss saying hello to Cheryl? Cheryl, Ms. Nanya New York business. Are these like, am I only seeing partial comments? I might not be seeing all the comments. So we'll just play this by ear, guys, because here I see Donna. I think with orbs, it can is that I consider the situation. Saw a lot of them when your mom passed and the night before Gary passed. I knew for sure then. Okay, interesting. I'm scrolling to the bottom just to see if anybody is saying anything. Oh, thank you, Alana. My personal views are helpful. I mean, that's all I can share is my own experience and the things. I mean, I tell you that if I feel messages that come through from our animal companions on the other side. I don't think it's reserved just for me. I think we're all capable of this. It's just that I now have allowed it. Like I'm wide open to it, and so I receive these insights. All I can do is share with you the insights that I receive, and then let you take it from there. Wonder if Yosh will come back. I wouldn't want to come back, right? Alana, I would want to come back only if I could make things different. I would want to come back in a whole different way, I think. But I don't feel my baby girl around me since I brought her to the Rainbow Bridge a few weeks ago, but I think the cats see her. Oh, imagine, remind me of your name, please, if you don't mind, because I do forget. Um, The cats absolutely see. So they see, and dogs, but I know for certain the cats see. I watched dogs see. The spectrum of their vision is different than the human spectrum. And so they very easily are able to see that energy of their, especially of their animal companions that share their home. It's often why animals in a home where another animal has crossed don't go through the grief and the depression because they see them right there. They're like, okay, there's nothing different. There's no separation for them. Um, but I don't feel my baby girl around me, but we know that she is. So maybe there's a little bit I can help you realize that tonight too. Z says, wait, how do we see our Elaine pet shorts? Well, it's because like last week, I didn't get to any of them. The last one I did was for Cheryl. No, the last one I did was for Kali. No, Kali is next. Mew Mew. Yeah, it was for Cheryl. Mew Mew. Ms. Nunn, New York business. Um, I thought I replied to you with the link. See, some of these are not coming. There she is. Okay. All right. All right. So I gotcha. All right. Just making sure that I'm not losing all these comments. That happens sometime. I can't find the Mew Mew post. Oh, no kidding. Okay. So there should be a tab, and the tab says shorts. And for some reason, I was sick last week. So for almost all of last week, I didn't do a darn thing. Except I wanted to make sure that I got Mew Mew's video posted and I didn't put the right thumbnail. So YouTube picked it up. It looks like a man. It is a man holding like an orange tabby or something. But that's the one. But I can send you the link so that you can see that. And then we have coming up is Pockets and Benny and Gary and Potato. I think those are the next ones that I have to do. But I will keep doing that. And what we're talking about is I do little short 30-second videos in honor of crossing the 10,000 mark, which is why I'm blown away about 12. It took me like 3 years to get to the 10,000 mark. And then within a month, I'm up to 12,000 already. So that is just an amazing thing. But I said, as part of that celebration, all the channel members, you just send me photos of your animal companions, and I will post a brief little message from them as part of a short video. You'll see a tab across and that's the way YouTube works now. There should be a row of tabs that say home, video, shorts, posts. Look for the one that says shorts. Okay. Sometimes not quite ready yet. Yeah, so I see you guys helping each other out with that question. Do you get messages through Medium once a year? Just wish for peace in all hearts of people missing their fur babies. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I am just gonna like stop looking at the questions for right now. Elaine, what do you think they are doing in the afterlife? Oh, Alana. Alana, we're going to have to do another video about that. For anybody who is new to the channel, we have covered this a couple of times, and I will keep talking about all this stuff. I talk about signs, I talk about messages, I talk about reincarnation, I talk about what do they do, like how do they spend their time? Are they over there just twiddling their thumbs, waiting with their water dish for us to cross to the other side? Are they eating cheeseburgers? Are they can do, and this is not just for our animal companions, this is for all souls. Pets, animals, it does not matter. And the souls that we don't even know. Think about this broad universe, this immense universe. What other life forms might be out there? And if they've all got a soul, we can all come and go and do whenever we want. I truly believe this. I do not believe there are rules on the other side. We here in our little human bodies, we like to assign little labels to everything. And we like to say we like to put things on different levels and different grades. And we overthink everything. I think when we and our animal companions get to the other side, that it is pure magic. and we can decide together what we want to do. Maybe next time you come back as the cat and the cat comes back as a person, and you think and you make this little plan like, okay, this is how we're going to meet. You're going to get lost one day in the mountains and I'm going to be walking through the woods and I'm going to see you and we're going to be reunited and we're going to know just by looking in each other's eyes that we have been through many lifetimes together. And then we're going to have so much fun and we're going to open a rescue and we're going to you could do whatever you want when you get to the other side. That's why I'm not necessarily opposed to reincarnation. Like for myself, I want to come back. Number one, I want to come back at least for a day as an eagle or an osprey or something like that. But I want to come back in a way that, like, I can open the Asher House myself. What Asher House is a rescue for dogs. I want to, yeah, that's the stuff I want to do. All right, let's get on to the topic because I want to share this for Chris, my beautiful niece. Her name is Chris, and she may or may not watch the live stream tonight. She may or may not comment if she does. She may come back to it at some point in the future. She knows that we are dedicating this particular live stream to Skyla. She knows that what I'm going to talk about, and she gave me permission to share all this information. But if she does join, I'll keep looking in the comments to see if she joins. But this is dedicated to her and to Skyla. So this was last Sunday, and we knew beforehand, we knew ahead of time. Skyla was 19 years old, little Chihuahua. Uh, we knew that her time was coming. Number one, just because of her age. At some point, we knew that she was not quite 19. I don't think she had quite reached her 19th birthday. But we knew from her physical health, from the way that she was moving, from some of the things that she was doing and not doing anymore, that her time was approaching. And she went to the vet for on several occasions just for that quality of life assessment to see what was what. And they were very open with my niece and her mom to say that um, you need to start preparing. You need to start getting things in order. You really do need to start preparing. And it was something that my niece was not ready to make any decisions about. So what I did, this is why I love what I do right now. And when I think about, did I set this up at some point, like in some prior life? Did I say that I would come back and it would take me 50 years? Yeah, because I was well into my 50s. It would take me 50 some years to awaken again and know that I had the ability to help people as their soul pets approached end of life and to be that guide and that support for that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I have to not look at the comments. I saw something about a man. Saw the man holding the cat. Okay. Nice deep breath. Back to Chris and Skyla. So anyway, I had a chance to work with Chris and I developed a little booklet for her. And it's an ebook. And in fact, if anybody is ever interested in this, just let me know because I could personalize it for anybody. But I thought the easiest way, because we live in different places, we live in different states, the easiest way was to put together this little book. It was a little PDF. It's an ebook that she printed, but that kind of gave her a step-by-step process, like how good of a mom she has been to her beautiful soul pet Skyla, the beautiful life she's given her over the past 13 years, all the things they've done together, all the road that they have shared together, the unbelievable ups and downs that Skyla's been there for her through everything, for everything, and that she has been there in that same way for Skyla. And I put together a little booklet about what to expect, what she some of the thoughts that she might have, some of the ways that she might feel sad, that it's okay to feel sad, all the things that we share with each other in all of our comments. I kind of put together in this little booklet so she felt more relieved. I wanted to give her a sense of peace, a sense of calm, a sense of relief, that she's doing all the right things and that she would be there for Skyla when the time was right, that she would be there supporting Skyla in the way that Skyla needed, in the way that Skyla needed, as well as in the way that my niece needed. So this is what happened. Chris goes away for the weekend, fully knowing. So it was a big thing that had been planned for a long time, this trip. Chris goes away for the weekend, knowing that Skyla is quickly approaching her end of life. And on that Sunday morning, when Chris was still away, Skyla made it very clear that it was her time to go. She became very physically incapacitated, but before she became physically incapacitated, she got up and out of her bed and went and got my sister. She just made it very, very clear that the time had come and she wanted somebody to know. So in some cases, as we all know, I should start by saying, I'm telling you these stories from my heart to your heart. And when I share the details, please, it is not ever meant to make somebody's heart feel hurt or to make somebody feel sad over this. It is to help us open a place of compassion. It all comes from a place of compassion. And so I just want to be clear with that, even though I should have probably said grab a tissue if you want to grab a tissue. So Skyla is make somebody aware that her time has come. Many of us know that our animal companions sometimes choose to cross without us being present, as what happened with me and Winston. Sometimes our animal companions will cross. I know that one of my most beautiful clients, her little soul pet, she fell asleep with her soul pet on her lap. And when she woke up, her soul pet had passed because they're sparing us. They are as much taking care of us as we are taking care of them. And they want to help us, they want to spare us from as much pain as possible. And in some cases, their desire may be to pass in privacy. Cats are often that way. Cats may leave the house, cats may find a hiding spot, cats may crawl under a bed, cats may go into a closet. They often seek privacy as their transition approaches. But that we'll talk about that when we get to agency in just a minute. So Skyla, Krista's not at home, and Skyla has made it clear that her time has come to cross. So we did what I would do for anybody. We got on a Zoom call. My niece, one of my other nieces, texted me. It was at the crack of dawn on Sunday morning, and we all got on the phone together, and we were all on the Zoom, and Skyla was there, and it was emotional, and the tears were flowing, and there was begging, there was I that's what I'm going to call it. There was begging. There's please don't go, please wait for me, please. And Skyla, just the look on her face was so loving, even though I could see in her body, just because I've seen it many times, I could see her body was little by little shutting down. Her body was quieting. Little by little, her body was going quiet. But her face, and she had this look of a little bit of radiance. Like if I could describe an animal, a beautiful little dog with a halo around her head, that's what I saw. And so my beautiful niece had the chance to say the most selfless words that any of us could say. And she said, I love you, and it's okay to go. It makes my voice crack. Okay, so just regain my composure because it was the most touching moment to hear those words, to know that even though they weren't in the same room together, that those words traveled across time, across space. The communication was heart to heart, and it was felt. And you could see the relief on Skyla's face. You could see the relief in her body. And it was going to be an assisted crossing because of the condition of Skyla's body. She seemed to be in distress. And more than anything, Chris did not want her to be in distress. She seemed to be in distress. And my sister was going to take her to the veterinarian. They were going to the emergency vet that Sunday morning. Our little stinker animals, aren't they something, right? A Sunday morning. So they're on their way to the emergency vet, wrapped in a blanket, held in my nephew's arms, and Skyla passed on her own. So Skyla made the choice to pass on her own after she heard the words that she needed to hear, which was, I love you and it's okay to go. So tonight is about honoring our soul pet's journey. Skyla instantly, I knew right away it was going to be last Monday, but I got sick and I suspect that there's a reason for that too. Skyla instantly filled my heart with a knowing that it was time to share that soul pets are on their own journey, that every single animal has a path to follow, and they walk beside us and we walk beside them. It's a mutual journey that we support each other on. Every animal has their own soul path, just like us, just like every single one of you has a soul journey, has a path that you are on that is unique only to you. No other person ever before or ever in the future will have the journey that you are on, and it's the same for our beautiful animal companions. So their souls on their own journey, and that's a little bit more of what I want to talk about. That soul pets like Skyla, they walk us through, right? Think about all the things that our soul pets have walked us through. They've walked us through major life phases, major change. They walk us through grief. They walk us through joy. They walk us through healing. They walk us through growth. They walk us through life. And then we do the same thing. We walk them through it when we recognize, especially, that they are unique individuals with preferences and choices and personalities and everything. That's when we can finally see that, then we recognize that we don't own them, that we could never own a pet, that we could never own an animal companion, that we are that companions. We are companions walking each other home. We are traveling this road of life together in everything that that looks like, the beauty, the ugly, the joy, the peace, the upset, the stress, the calm, everything. We are side by side holding each other. And they are amazing teachers. We get to walk beside them. What an amazing thing that we have. What a gift they have given us that we get to walk beside them. I'm going to check comments real quick before I continue any further. Um, e- um, I saw that comment about what do you think they're doing? You're laughing at my ADHD. Squirrel, right? The squirrel syndrome. I scrolled too far because I want to go back to a comment that I missed. I saw the man holding the cat, but passed it by. I don't know what that means. Okay. I guess you guys are talking amongst yourselves. Um, everybody's saying, wishing beautiful messages of love for Skyla. Anticipatory grief. Yeah, that is one of the things we talked about, the anticipatory grief. And that's something that is not unique to any one person. That anticipatory grief happens when we know, all right, so our little doggy is aging, our little kitty cat is getting old, and just the number of years tells us that we need to start like, and you push it back. Nope, 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 not going to think about that. Not going to think about that. She's going to live forever. That's it. She's going to live forever. And we ignore it. And then when the reality starts to really set in about the fact that their little body is tired and that their essence needs to move on to the next part of its journey, that's when we get into the anticipatory grief. And we start, anticipatory grief is that it's getting sad before the event occurs. And it's conjuring up all the worst possible scenarios before it occurs. And so how to work through that anticipatory grief so that we can be present for them, because that's really what we need to do. Those final words that Chris said to her, that I love you and it's okay to go, that's what they need from us. They need us to be there for them. And sometimes it's hard and sometimes we can't be. And I totally get that too. I completely understand when my husband said to me, I can't go with you when you take Jack. And I understood. I completely empathize with that. Sometimes we can't, but what they're asking, even if we can't be there at the exact moment of their passing, we can help them. We can be their support. We can be their guide. We can be offering them places of, instead of stress and upset and grief, we offer them peace and calm and compassion. And we let them know that everything is going to be okay. I suspect that our little animal companions, when they are getting ready to cross to the other side, I think they know. I think they know more than we do. I think they don't overthink it the way that humans do. They are prepared as much as they can be, but I still think that there's some question there, like, like I know that this is the next part, but like that kind of anticipation for them too. So we let them know that they are on the next leg of their journey and that we're here for them and that we support the next leg, the next part of their journey, that they're this next chapter for them is going to be amazing and we can't wait to get a sign from them and we can't wait to see what they look like to us on the other side or what use your beautiful imagination to know what they must be thinking in their mind as they are approaching transition. I'm seeing a comment about trauma, so I'm going to come down here and see if I can run, sleep, and play in peace. Oh yes, Skyla, and let me tell you, her favorite food was liverwurst. Have all the liverwurst you want, little girl. All the liverwurst in heaven. I'm so traumatized, I didn't know he was dying of liver cancer. Okay, he held on as long as he could. His little body shut down. Alana, if if I could, if I am able to, I know that if you would remind me of his name, is that Yoshi? Is that Yosh? Anyway, it matters not. You can let that go. I promise that your animal companion is number one, the only person holding you responsible is you. And sometimes we can't know, and sometimes we're not meant to know. And sometimes our animal companions will hide things from us. There are masters of masking pain. They are masters at not letting us know when they're ill. I saw there's a name for that, and I can't think of what it's called. But there's a name for our pets who consciously choose not to let us know that anything's going on, and that's okay. If we start to recognize that part of their journey may have been for you not to know, that was his choice was not to make it evident. Then that kind of releases the burden of guilt that we carry also. That guilt, I just wish we could erase guilt. I wish that nobody ever taught us guilt because we are taught to feel guilty. I wish that we could just let that go. And my other suggestion is what I also suggested to Pat, just sit someplace quietly. Sit someplace quietly. Let your heart fill with love. You know what it was like to love him. Let your heart fill with love. His heart will answer your heart, and you'll know. You'll know that everything is fine and that that little thing that you're carrying, that burden, that big baggage of burden or of guilt that you're carrying, that you can just feel it lift from your shoulders like you're lifting the heaviest weight and it's just gone. It floats away. I think when they cross without us, it is because for us that watching isn't part of the lesson, right? It's going to be different for everybody, Kali. I do think that. I think it's going to be different for everybody when they choose to cross on their own, or if they choose to cross in your arms. I mean, I share the story about Winston all the time. When Winston came to share that he was a senior King Charles Cavalier. He was a senior. He was dumped. He had serious health conditions. I knew what I was taking on when I brought him into my home. I wanted him to spend his last days with me, and I was so certain, we were so bonded. I was so certain that he would allow me to hold him in my arms and to just let him pass peacefully in my arms. And boy, that was not his plan. That was my plan. And he was like, "Mommy, I'm sorry, but that's not the way it's going to go." Every single animal companion is going to be different, and we have to learn to adapt to their journey and remember that it's theirs. It's not about us. It's about them. Okay, let me check my notes again here real quick. Okay, you guys, I will let you. He told me that when I asked him because he didn't want to do the treatment and for me to know in advance. Alana, that's another big one. That is another big one. I know. When Winston started to refuse his medicine, um, that told me something too. Like he was adamant he was not going to be taking his medicine. I mean and I think Skyla did this too. She clamped on those tooth doors. No, not happening. You're not. We were not getting that jaw open. It was not happening. I think sometimes they are letting us know that that they don't want us to go to extreme measures like that. Um, yeah. Okay. Let's see what else I've got here. Um, oh yeah, this is what else came to me. This part about having a shared journey versus an individual journey. And this applies to us just as much as it does to our beautiful soul pets. We are on a shared journey together. We share life. We build a life together. I think about our routines. I look at Gypsy here, and she's laying right on the bed next to me. I think about all the routines that we have. Like we've really created we've got a cool little thing going on right now, and we're sharing this life, and we're also coping with our own loss, as most of you know. We're coping with our own loss, and we're kind of rebuilding, and we're getting used to new normal, and we've got love, and we've got memories, and we talk to each other, and she lets me know when she's upset with me, and I let her know when I'm upset with her, which doesn't happen very often. She's just the sweetest girl, but she sometimes gets upset with me. Um, and we've got this mutual thing. It's mutual growth and mutual love and mutual healing and just walking down the path together and enjoying our life together. In the same respect, we each have our own individual lives. There are things that I don't know about Gypsy. There, because she is, I'm using Gypsy as the example. She's a rescue, and for the first couple years of her life before she came to live with me, she went through some heavy duty trauma, and that was her journey. That's for her. And when I ask her about it, when I like quietly sit and ask her to kind of let me in on, it's not there. It's not meant. And Winston did the same thing. It was not meant for me to know. Winston was so cool because when I would ask Winston, I would sit down and just kind of quietly just sit with him and just think about, just tell me where you came from. Tell me what your life was like. And his answer was so beautiful and so touching. It was, Mama, I didn't have any other life before this one. So he chose not even to remember what his prior life was before he came to be with me. So every single animal is going to be on their own individual journey that's unique. It's unique to them, like your life is unique to you. They have their own timing, they have their own preferences, they have their own lessons and their own evolution. And sometimes that's not for us to know. I know that a couple of you asked questions about, well, how do we know what this is? How do we know what that is? Sometimes we're not meant to know. Their journey is theirs, and it's part of their individuality and their unique soul. So their own evolution. So tying this back to Skyla for my beautiful Chris. Um, she was loved. You loved her. You gave her more unconditional love than anybody who I've ever known. You just adored that beautiful dog, and she adored you back. And the two of you accepted each other exactly the way you were. There were no questions asked. She didn't ask more of you than you asked of her. You were both so matched. It was so beautiful to watch you two together. The love and the beauty that you created for each other. And she chose her moment, and that you were able to honor her. Chris, I can't tell you what a beautiful gift you gave to Skyla. What a beautiful gift you gave to Skyla on the last morning before she passed. Her soul knew that it was time, and her body knew that it was time. And for everybody else, I had to share that message directly from my beautiful Chris. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. Tissue. Um, so what does it really mean to honor them? We just respect them. We respect their timing. We respect their choices. Even if it's not what we would have chosen or what we would have done, it's honoring and respecting them. It's letting them know that everything is fine, that whatever they choose, we're okay with. Um, and that was the other word, being a witness to their courage. I wanted Chris to know this also for Skyla, to look at the courage that Skyla had, because I know in Skyla's final days, she probably had some pain. I think my Jack was the same way. Probably had some pain, was probably in some discomfort, and her courage to be able to make sure that she was able to connect with you before her body said that it was over. And that goes the same for all of our animal companions too. To watch her beautiful agency and and I felt blessed to be part of that journey with Skyla. And I think we should all feel a blessing that we are now understanding how to continue the journey. That no longer, most of us here in this community, most of us, even though we still have our doubts occasionally, even though we still have our moments, our sadness, and there's moments of grief and guilt, and coulda, shoulda, woulda, done something different. For the most part, I think we now recognize that loss is not the right word, that it is, although it's a physical missing of their physical presence and their physical body, that it's a new chapter. And we are all learning together. You right along with me right along with you. We are learning together how to adapt and how to shift our perception so that we can continue the journey with them. And that means being like the cat. It means looking off into the corner and waiting, looking, being open and aware that our beautiful animal companions are sending us signs all the time, and that these signs are not just saying hello in the clouds, some of them are, but it's about connection and about getting our attention so that we can continue the relationship, so that we continue to talk to Jack and Lucy and Winston and Bailey and have them all around us because they will be by our side forever, forever and ever, before, during, after our physical life. They are with us. And I think that that's what they're teaching us more than anything. They're teaching us unconditional love. They're teaching us how to be better human beings. They're teaching us how to be better companions for the other animals that are in our life or that will come into our life in the future. They're teaching us to wake up to all of that everything that we've been taught may not be everything that there is. They are teaching us how to become aware of our own ability to experience things beyond what we were taught in grade school, beyond the five senses, beyond what our culture taught us, what our society taught us, what our best meaning teachers and parents and clergy taught us, that there is more, there's so much more, and we can still experience it. And that is what they're teaching us. So they're the most amazing teachers. So part of that, that's the reason behind the signs, where all that just came from. That's the reason behind signs. So Chris, I'm asking you right now, keep your eye open because Skyla's going to be sending you signs. I know it. I know it from the bottom of my heart. Okay, next. I see lots of comments flying by. Maybe we should just check the comments. All right, we're all good. I was saying I did see the thumbnail of a man with a cat from Mew Mew's post. Oh, okay, that's Mew Mew. I will get in there and change that. It's supposed to be the picture of Mew Mew, but I just did not have any capacity to come up with that stuff last week. So I will make sure it gets changed. Distraction, squirrel. It's easier to make decisions for humans, in my humble opinion, because they can tell us what they want and we can understand how they feel. It's intuition and guessing to some extent with our beloved fur babies. All right, that is an amazing thing that I want to share. Chris, I think that you'll agree that you and Skyla could communicate mind to mind, heart to heart, that you didn't need words, even though you frequently use words. We are making decisions for them because we don't always understand. And so that's why I always say, not often, I always say that we are doing the best we can for them at that particular moment in time. Yes, we have to make decisions for them because they can't speak for themselves. We are learning how to communicate with them. We're learning to get a better understanding of them and what their needs and desires are and what's going on with them. But until we do, we make the best possible decision for them. That's why I think that we can't blame ourselves for anything. No could-haves, no should-haves, no would-haves. Because when we make a decision for our animal companion that comes from a place of love, we can't make the wrong decision. It's not possible to make a wrong decision when we are making that decision from a place of love. And that's why I think that we can release whatever guilt, whatever we may be holding ourselves guilty of, whatever you think that may be. Because I promise you, there are animals in my life that I will always hold in my heart that I may never speak to you about, that I wish that I could go back and do something different. And how I would have done something different and how they have released me from that. But I've been through just about some of the worst scenarios that you can imagine. Aggression. I won't even. I understand where everybody is coming from, whatever experience that you may have had. I promise you, I would never, and nobody in this group would ever judge. We would always just hold you, understand, and know that when we make the best possible decision for our animal companions, that's what we do. Okay, I'm repeating myself. Orange. All right, I got something orange. Elaine, thank you for helping so many. Oh, thank you, Kali. You are amazing. Kali, thank you for this support. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I appreciate you guys more than you can possibly know. I appreciate you guys. All right, the last couple things that I want to say, we're getting close to 8 o'clock here. I could see in his eyes that he was crying and sad and scared off and on over the weeks. But you didn't know he had liver cancer. I understand, so I'm going to address that. There's just this one last thing. He was crying and sad and scared off and on. That's when we comfort them. Even if we don't know what's wrong, we let them know that we are doing the best we can. If there's any way for them to get through to us, what it is that they need from us. But in the meantime, we will hold them in a place of peace and calm. We'll keep doing as the best that we can for them. But that's also why I like Reiki. Little sidetrack here. I'm a Reiki master for animals, and what that means is that I help their bodies remember that they have the ability to manage some of their pain, just like with people. But our animals, of course, without the voice, we remind them that they can let go of stress, that we just gently like work with their energy bodies, we gently work with their heart. We let them know that everything is going to be okay. We picture them as whole and perfect. We let them find a place where they can rest and find peace and sleep sometimes. But anyway, that's why I like Reiki, because sometimes we can't identify. Sometimes we have no way of knowing what's going on. And Reiki is universal love. It's the energy that flows to, through, and around everything. And it's pure love. And I trust that when I share Reiki with an animal, it goes exactly where it needs to go and reminds that beautiful animal companion exactly who they are and what they're capable of. I'll let you guys continue to talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Look, and you did your best, right? To be his rock. That's all we can expect from ourselves, Alana. That's all we can expect from ourselves. So, I want to say this. Souls don't die. Souls don't die. A physical body may, a physical body may come to its conclusion. A physical body may get sick. I think the other thing that our animal companions are teaching us is about our environment and our nutrition and all the things going on that way, all of the odd things that are making our food not healthy for us. I think they're teaching us. I think they're teaching us that it's why now when you walk into a market and you never did before, you see so much organic food. I think our animals are helping us with that too. So souls don't die, they don't disappear, they aren't out of reach. We just have to relearn how to get back in touch with them. And they are the ones who are teaching us how to do that. We have a relationship with them. Their essence will always be with us. Even if they're off, I get this question a lot too. Well, if they're off on the other side playing, doing whatever they want, how can they still be with me? Because there are no rules like that. They can be in a million places at once. I suspect that we are just a little bit of us is here in a physical body, and that there's a greater part of us off there rocking and rolling on some other planet. So they can do everything, and all we need to do is call it in. You'll feel it. You'll feel it right in your heart. It's like their essence will just suddenly show up, and they will be there for us. Their spirit, their essence, they remain by our side forever. So I'm going to check the comments one more time. I think they do want us to learn. I think they want us to learn because we want us to learn that we are remembering for a reason. This is all we're going through these experiences for a reason, and it makes us better companions in the future. And what a celebration we're going to have when we get to the other side. We can celebrate now with them, but what a celebrate! I can't. I know that when my husband crossed to the other side, that Jack and Lucy were there waiting, like with tails wagging. They could not wait. They were so happy. And Skyla, we all know, don't we, Chris? We know that Skyla instantly was with my dad. My dad had a concave chest and a little bit of a pot belly, and Skyla would sit right here. We know that's where Skyla is right now, being comforted and cared for and loved, and that my dad and Skyla can pop in and visit us anytime they choose. Anytime we ask, they're here to visit us. Okay, so you guys, thank you so much for supporting each other. You are awesome. All the support we offer to each other is amazing. So the last message is that this is not just for Skyla, that this is it's for all of your soul pets. It's for all of you and all of the beautiful journeys that we are on together. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting each other. I'm going to wrap it up. No, I don't see any of the questions going through here. We knew their soul before it occupied the body we came to know, right? We did. We know that, and that's how, like, I just know that Gypsy and I knew each other before. We know each other now. We're going to know each other in the future. It's a wonderful, when you allow it to be, it is just a beautiful experience to share this journey in whatever form it looks like. All right. I'm going to head out now, guys. Have a beautiful night. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all so much. And until next Monday, may animals light your way. Take care, everybody.